Tommy, as we all know you.
That's good, Mr. Thomas Patrick Egan.
Mr. Egan.
Yes.
So the last episode, you drove off into the sunset. You were headed west.
Yes.
You're here out west.
It's true.
Life imitating art.
Let's say that I can neither confirm nor deny it. Let's just hope Tommy makes it to California, because it seems like the Serbian mob boss Jason, played by Mike Dopad, has some ports promised to him out here if he can make it.
I was thinking, is he going to drive all the way from New York to LA, or is he going to get on the plane?
And that car, is it going to make it?
Right.
69 Mustang. Does Tommy know how to fix that car? I think he probably does.
I was thinking of all of that. First of all, what are you going to miss most about the season of Power ending? What are you going to, you have been like a fan favorite on the show. Everybody's grown to love you. The cast is a unison cast, but everybody's grown to love you on the show. What are you going to miss most?
I'm gonna miss those fans, and I'm gonna miss the crew. And I always say that Tommy. I think people connect with Tommy because he's kind of the people's champ. He really does fight for the underdog. He's kind of an underdog himself. But he does what he knows, and he kind of, even though it's a different line of work, he's the kind of man, he's punching the clock. He's putting in that work. He's putting in those hours and really working hard. So I think that a lot of people can see themselves in Tommy. I also really will miss the crew. We had a fun, dynamic, amazing crew, whether it was the props, whether it was the camera department, whether it was the craft services or the catering, or the directors who we had come and play with us. It was an amazing time, and I'll miss the incredible direction and acute storytelling of Courtney A. Kemp, one of our country's best.
Who you're here celebrating tonight.
We're all here celebrating tonight.
Definitely. What's next for Tommy Joseph, if you will? What's next for you?
Well, for Tommy and Joseph, probably two different things.
Right.
For Joseph, I'm writing and producing my own things. I'm trying to tell my own stories, and I've been in the business for a long time, so whether I'm acting in them as well, I'm trying to tell my own story. So if you see my name on it, go see it.
Yes. Loved you in The Intruder. I love the different layers that you play in your movie, so I know everybody will be looking forward to watching you on screen.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Tommy.
My pleasure.
Do people do that? Do they just say, okay?
Just call me.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, first of all, how did you get involved in Power? You've become the one that we love to hate too.
But thank you. Well, so I'm very close friends with Amari Hartwig. That's my brother. I love him dearly. We worked on a couple things in the past, and he was trying to get me on the show. I didn't know if I was going to play his brother. I didn't know if I didn't know what it was going to be. And I initially was supposed to play Terry Silver, the lawyer on the show. I was working on another project. It didn't work out, and I called up Courtney, and I was like, listen, I would love to come on anyway. Let me know what you want me to do. And she says, I got this cool character that I'm working on. It would be good. He's a politician. Would you be interested? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, his name is going to be Tate. What do you think about that? I was like, yeah, let's go. And it's definitely been something that's been different for me. A character that is, someone that you either love or you hate. And I'm cool with that. I don't want to be the in-between guy. Give me the one that you either love or hate. And Councilman Larenz Tate is that. He's a person that certainly will do whatever's necessary to climb the political ladder. But at the same time, I feel like the last episode in 614, we got a chance to see where it's all kind of coming from. There's some humanity in this person, and I got to tip my hat off to Courtney.
Loved your brother.
Thank you, yeah. Tip my hat off and thank Courtney for allowing me to bring my brother Lamar in, but also our writer Eric Haywood, who wrote that, and Mario Van Peebles, who directed it, was able to give Rashad some more context. Give him some backstory, and that was really nice. And I think it was necessary.
Speak to us about, you've had a long career, and you don't look it at all. The skin is flawless. But speak to us about longevity and following your career and your dreams and staying on the course, even if things, even if you get no's. I'm sure you've had no's in your career, but you have stayed the course, and you're still here.
Well, I've always wanted to run the marathon. My mother and father always told my brothers and I, let's run that marathon, and so in doing so, longevity, being in front of the camera, doing things behind the camera, producing with my brothers, writing different things, that falls in line with longevity. And understanding that there's so much more that we could be doing outside of being in front of the camera. And so it's been one of those things that I wanted to make a true imprint with my career. and people still want to see me. People still want to hire me, and that's kind of nice. And but also trying to find ways to create opportunities for myself, for people around me, people that look like me, black folk. Tell our stories. I think that's really important, and I saw that a lot of things we've sort of been underrepresented, and if we can continue to pump out cool, interesting things that have integrity, I want to be a part of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your contribution.
Where is the buzz? You said was mine.
Where is the buzz?